Hi everyone, thank you for watching my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Pluto in the fourth house. So let's get started. First, let's talk about what Pluto is. Pluto is it's fear, it's death, it's obsession, control, our compulsions, our primal wounds. It is sex, raw sensuality. It is our deepest transformations. It is self-refinement, the urge to penetrate to the core of experience. It is other people's resources. It is paranoia. It basically everything that Pluto touch adds depth and intensity. It can also be where we find the deepest treasures in our life through stripping the unnecessary things, habits, belief systems from us through intense and mostly uncomfortable situations, as well as events that happen in our life in order to transform us in a positive way and become more whole. The fourth house is our home. It's our roots. It's our inner life. It's our soul. It's where we go to settle back into ourselves, where we feel safe, where we feel nurtured. It is our unconscious needs, our emotions, as well as our fears. It's where we seek more soul development. It is where we reflect and turn events into experiences. It is also the beginning and the end of cycles within our life. The fourth house is usually concerning, because the fourth house is ruled by the moon, they say that it could be focused on the mother. However, I think it could go either way. For instance, my fourth house is in Capricorn, which is ruled by the 10th house, and my dad is a Capricorn sun, and I've always associated the fourth house more with my dad, and he's more of a conservative person, whereas my mom is more liberal, and she is the one that taught me about being social and getting out in the world, expanding my thoughts and feelings. Of course, my MC is in Cancer, so it really depends on your experience. It doesn't necessarily mean it's your mom. It's really more of the parent that was that it resonates with you. Which parent was more hidden, which parent kind of exposed you to society, and things in regards to the 10th house. I would go with your gut feeling on that as far as, which parent to assign to the fourth house. Having, your moon, which is your, unconscious, instinctual habits, feelings, and motivations, as well as, your vulnerability, mixed with Pluto, which is an unconscious planet of, your obsessions, your paranoia, your controlling habits, and kind of just, kind of darkness. You can see how these two combinations can add to a person who can really almost even fear the deeper parts of themselves, on a really unconscious level, to the point where they really just, or you may really want to suppress your deeper feelings, needs, and emotions, and even your fears, to the point where you don't even want to acknowledge them. You may do this through self-controlling behaviors, where you try to just suppress your feelings and always look like you're in control on the exterior, that you have, just a straight face, nothing affects you, you're fine. When really that isn't always the case, and other people can sense that because this is so intense. You know, Pluto oftentimes kind of seeps beneath the surface of our demeanor and our aura that we give off to others. So it might even be more obvious to other people that, you know, there is this intensity about you, this emotional nature. It's almost kind of dangerous. It's kind of lurking underneath the surface, especially within your home environment and around your family. You are really going to need to take extra steps and become extra aware and conscious of actively bringing these feelings to the surface. You know, digging down deep within yourself, literally, and, you know, layer by layer, peeling off these protective layers that you've created. You really need to allow yourself to get to the core of what's really there in order to free yourself of this almost self-inflicted jail for the being that you really are, for, you know, the expression of your soul. You really need to be consciously aware of these habits and to actively be seeking any kind of soul development, any kind of, you know, healing activity that is going to allow you to open up, writing down your feelings, doing something creative in order to somehow begin to get comfortable expressing yourself in some form or shape. This is extremely important for you. Having the fourth house here, which is also represents the beginning and end in cycles of your life, it shows you that you can't suppress your feelings here. They will come out and they will affect your life in ways that are damaging. They are going to boil and brew, and it's just going to build until you explode. So ultimately, holding in these feelings and trying not to let them control you is actually you allowing these feelings to control you. Your mother and father may have been perceived by you as being extremely powerful, threatening, as well as unpredictable. Sometimes there can be an early death or separation, and usually there is always some kind of emotional distance between the parent or one of the parents or both between them and the child in this placement. You may feel the need in your own home environment as an adult because you feel very vulnerable here, and that is scary, to control the happenings, the behaviors, and just your home environment in general. You could have a fear of losing self-control emotionally and exploding if something sets you off in the home environment or within your family. This causes you to make sure and control your domestic life and environment. You may have gone through many transformations and changes within your domestic environment and home life growing up, as well as many changes and transformations within your home and family life as an adult. There may have been complete loss of your family where you would need to rebuild, build a new family completely. Once you become aware of these unconscious habits of emotional suppression and deeper rooted traumas that need to be dealt with, you are actually very gifted and a natural at, almost immediate rebirth and renewal, as well as extreme self and soul development, where you can literally transform yourself almost seemingly overnight, as well as become an inspiration and support for other individuals in your life that are struggling in these similar areas or with deeper rooted traumas that they also need to deal with. There are so many tools and avenues that you could try that can help aid in your healing process. These can include psychotherapy, meditation, regression therapy by hypnosis, just general spirituality. One book that I would highly recommend, especially because this is a 4th house placement, which is on your IC, which is ultimately, the deepest part of you. It's your soul, is called Journey of Souls by Michael Newton. I read that book recently and it just was life-changing. I feel like that could be a possible one that could really help you, especially with this placement. Ultimately, you will need to become the sailor in your sea storm of emotions and depth. And once you have mastered this, you can become one of the wisest, most compassionate, and soulful companions and friend that anyone can have. Your emotions and feelings will no longer master you, and you will be able to find security and peace not only within yourself, but within your home environment. That is my interpretation of Pluto in the 4th house. I hope this was helpful. Please feel free to comment below. Your comments and opinions matter to me. If you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you guys very soon. Bye.